Well, are you a doodler? Well, you might be asking the question, why do we doodle? Maybe you're in a boring meeting or on a conference call at work, and you're sitting there scribbling away. You think that means that your mind is wandering, not on the job? Well, our Elizabeth Cohen discovered that if you think doodling means that you're spacing, scratch that. She joins us now from Atlanta. So we're actually engaged here in constructive brain activity while we're scribbling down nothing on a piece of paper in front of us?
That's right, John. According to this new study, you know, sometimes when you see someone in a meeting doodling, you think, oh, they're not paying attention. Well, actually, they might be paying attention really, really well. These researchers in England, they took 40 people and split them into two groups. The 20 doodlers were given this thing to listen to, this long, boring speech to listen to, and they were said, hey, doodle while you listen. The folks who doodled, they remembered about 30% more information than the folks who didn't. And all they did to doodle in this study was they had to shade in these squares. They just said shade in the squares and the circles. That's all they did. Really, it could have been any kind of doodling. And so, John, I'm curious, are you a doodler during boring meetings?
I have been known to doodle on occasion. Obviously, the show wasn't very boring because here's my sum total of my doodling today. There's nothing. It's just a blank page.
What about these guys? Were you just trying to see if your pen worked?
Yeah, I was. I thought it was running out of ink, so I did that. I mean, if I doodle things, it's just like errant geometric shapes. What does that say? How weird am I?
No, that doesn't say that you're weird at all. What it says, actually, is that a part of your mind is sort of working while the other part is listening. And what the researchers think is that you're better off doodling than daydreaming. That when you doodle, it keeps you from daydreaming, and so you can pay more attention to what you should be paying attention to.
Gotcha.
All right, well, how about mine? I doodle flowers.
Aw.
That's so girly, isn't it? My name or the name of a person, like I put Elizabeth because I knew we were doing your thing. And then Garfield. I don't know why. I think we learned how to do Garfield when we were little.
That's a copyright infringement right there. Serious trouble on that doodle.
So I don't know what any of that means.
I think any kind of doodling, according to this study, is good. But you know what? That Garfield was actually pretty good. And once you start getting into art, Kieran, once you start creating art, it ceases to become doodling, and you might have some attention problems.
No,
so
no one's
you
buying
don't want to make it too good. No one's buying it? Okay, I'll buy it.
But you know what John does? This is interesting. He says he doesn't doodle, but what he does do, we have these big, round metal, I guess they hold the desk together. He traces it with his finger while the reporters are talking.
Sometimes I make a Snoopy dog.
Aw,
that's a
Snoopy
copyright infringement.
That's a real copyright infringement. There you go.
But you do. Do you know what I'm talking about? Do you do this all the time when reporters are talking?
Well,
so now I do it.
I'm mechanical. So
are you trying to unscrew the desk and make it fall apart?
What does it say, though, when you doodle your own name?
Oh, that might mean that you're very egotistical. No, I'm just kidding. I think when we talk to an art therapist, I'm just kidding, Kieran. When we talk to an art therapist, she said it doesn't really, your doodles don't really necessarily say all that much about you. But if you want to think about it, you can think what it means to you. Like, Kieran, if you think you're writing your own name for a particular reason, that reason is probably true.
On all those checks that I have to sign.
Ah, I see.
All the money I owe. The creditors.
Oh, I see. Okay,
That's
there you go. There you go. Doodling means you're in debt.
Fascinating stuff. Elizabeth, thanks so much for joining us this morning. And that's pretty much going to do it for us. Thanks for joining us on This American Morning. We'll see you back here again tomorrow.